Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Give me just a second. We're going to organize ourselves a little bit here. I just want to kill all my... How's everybody doing? Somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you hear me okay. Testing, testing, testing. Good morning, Miguel. Good morning, Crossy. Hi, guys. Be right with you. Just setting up my stuff. Oh, look at this breakout. I'm gonna cry over this breakout. I've been watching this thing all morning long. Well, actually not all morning long, but I managed to squeeze out a whopping 5 pips out of this move when I should have had a lot more. All right, let me share this with you guys. Screen 4. Everybody seeing the screen, right? Look at a NAS move. Look at that crazy move. God damn it. I was right here. And I should have had a lot more. But I was like, it's the beginning of the market. I don't want, we had a sell-off into the morning, blah, blah, blah. It was so obvious we're going to have a much higher move here. Yeah. Let's see. Let's get over here. Let's just see what we got on the currencies. Pound sell. Maybe we'll take a look. I kind of like this pound, right? It's a double trip. Let's trade this pound here. Okay. Put a buy on the pound here off the high. Here is our first opening trade. It's in trend, secondary signal. Let's see what we got here. Euro doing nothing. NASDAQ doing its typical reverse, but okay, so we're gonna watch this NAS because again, same kind of thing as yesterday. We take out the session highs, we want to be there. I want to be on that trade. So we're actually going to put a buy up on this. Come on, get up here. Going to put the buy, not even off the session. We're going to see if we can beat the arrow. I'm not even going to worry about it. Now it doesn't have, I don't have a, oh yeah, I do have a, hang on a sec. Let me just go to, oh man, just one sec, guys. Sorry. MNQH. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix my futures moves here. Okay. So on my futures, I'm going to do the same thing. Let's get crazy here. So off the highs on the futes. Oops, no, it's too much. Let's go this way. No, I want to go. This is all wrong. Oh, Jesus, come on. All right, so we're rising. I'm watching both the CFD and the futes. Let's see if we've got 16 seconds. Let's see if we get triggered into this power move. It's a big move. So what is that? 34 to that might just blow me out on the vol filter. Let's see. No, it's not even going to take me in, so it's fine. Okay, never mind. Oh. Okay, now we actually have to excuse me, adjust our settings to the most recent reference point, which is now this buy up. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, I don't mean to cough here. Okay, so actually blowing through the buy up anyways, so it doesn't matter. Let's see if the next run takes us into the trade. If it can hold the highs, we'll watch that. Oh, this is weird. Why am I'm way above the highs over here? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I'm on the wrong thing. Sorry, this is the highs. I'm like, okay. Okay, I got to be in the highs. Where's my thing? Oh, I'm in the trade on the futures. All right, let's watch the futures for a second. Oh, is this the futures? Yeah, this is the futures. Wow, that's weird. All right, you know what? I'm just going to take my futes over here. Oh no, this is my CFD. Jesus, what am I doing here? Did my futures get done? No, maybe I'm on this futures. Sorry. Okay, so I'm on this futures. I took my profits on CFD. Futures would have just hit me. I was looking at the wrong count. Damn it. All right, I may get clipped out on my own Futes account because I was right to take the 3 points on the NAS. Let's see if I can survive this move here. I'm going to give myself 2 more candles here to see if this takes me up. No, I'm just going to get out. I'm going to get out because I had the opportunity. Damn it! Now it's really going to run. I'm trying to do 2 trades at once was a big mistake. All right, sorry. Okay, that's what I got to do. I got to have my futures to my side like this so I can actually watch this down. All right, never mind. So the futures got scratched and the CFD got +3. The reason I was so trigger happy was because you can see we're still very, very spiky off the open. Now we try the beat the open range trade, which on the futes is going to be over here. So we're going to try that. It's actually not just beat the open futes trade, it's also beat the reference point. Okay, so sell continuation off a strong buy, sell. Let's see if we can beat that to the upside. Because if we can hold that to the upside, that gives us a lot of confidence that that the trend is going to be in play. All right, we're trying to see if we can trade through the opening range highs, which need to hold in order for us to have confidence this is going to be a continuation trade. So it may take a couple of candles to see if the market. All right, what happened to our pound trade? Pound trade never got triggered to the upside. Canada trade, first signal. So we're gonna just watch that. Set this up. By the way, guys, everything for the MT5s has been updated, including the 2X one. So if you want to download that from the Trader Tools, it should all be working now. Everything should be fine-tuned. All right, still trying to the buyers still trying to push this higher. Let's see. How's the other indices doing? Okay, 25. Trend is not weak sell. Trend is weak buy. All right, that's going down. We'll stay with the Dow to the upside, unless the market turns negative trend. Then, of course, we'll forget it. How's the German? German is in a strong trend. Ooh, German. I think they like the PMIs. You should have been looking at the German today. 25. That's going through the highs here, right? I'm going to buy the German here because it broke the continuation buy high here. Let's give that a shot for the German. Let's see what a NAS is doing. NAS is coming down, so there's no trades here on the NAS. Very likely German is not going to work either because it looks like everybody is correcting, so the German's probably going to correct on us. But German may have been a late trade, but let's give it a shot. Yeah. Yeah, the move was all the way here. There was signal 1, signal 2. This is probably already beyond the 2 signal structure, so I'm late on this trade. NAS is reversing. How's this on the? Oh, we have a new new signal on the futes. All right, I'm going to try and trade the futes on this. I don't have a signal on the CFDs on the NAS, so we're still going to stay to this one. Oh, sorry, that's a mistake. That shouldn't be. Should be buy. Okay, this is not a. This was I thought this was a candle, but it's not. So we're just going to stay to the same structure, to the same highs here on the NAS and on the CFD. So the session high is around 62 on futures. I guess like 68 on CFDs. Pretty much consolidation Friday morning. I thought we might have some profit taking, but I guess the profit taking was in early Europe and the US is trying to reverse this. This actually doesn't mean anything because we could hit profit taking into the New York weekend. But for now, I guess the first half hour or first 15 minutes, retail still wants to buy. So we'll stick with retail and see how high they want to take it. By the way, I don't know if you guys like traded the reversal, like the 11 o'clock reversal in the NASDAQ, but that worked perfectly fine if you used our structures, like selling the lows of the reversal candles after 11 o'clock. Between 11 o'clock and 12:30 New York, London close. If you have the reversal signal setting up, that's the time you want to employ it. I mean, that worked really, really well for me yesterday, even though I had all sorts of problems just with the software itself. But that was just it was AMP. We fixed it. Let's see what's going on here. Trying to break out. Let's see if we can take out the highs. Was it? I was 62.25 on the highs here for us to take it out. I'm breaking out to the upside. I got 22, 23 seconds. Big breakout. And oh, I guess my volatility filter kicked in, and so Nasdaq worked and the DAX worked. So +5, +5. My vol filter on this kicked me out of the trade, so I couldn't do the trade, unfortunately, and that sucks. But it is what it is. So I guess the vol filter here was not quite 20. So good. All right. So that was good. We got done on 2 + 5. Anybody trade those? Anybody trade the NAS? Or hung in there in the German with me for a few minutes? Because both of those worked. So at least that's good. We're opening up strong on the trade here. All right. So that's been a real bread and butter trade for us. Let's see what's going on in Canada. It's continuation. Euro, Canada, sell, no trade. Pound, really no trade here. And the Dow. Dow is negative trend, so we don't have a trade here. We've got to cancel this. It's not a real trade. And we're back to NAS. NAS is, NAS has been like, our bread and butter trade. NAS looks like it really wants to go again to fresh session highs. Yeah, look at that. This was a 50 to 71. Just kicked me out on the vol filter. It would have been a good trade, but it is what it is. I guess the CFD was just underneath it. Yeah, all the futures traders got stuffed. Yeah, okay, Connie, I'm gonna update the MT4s. I'm gonna update for you as well. Okay, I updated the 5s. They shouldn't expire, but the 4s are. I guess the 4s got expired too, so I'll just update those. Wow, nice big extension on the NAS. Ah. So, no real setups here right now. German is very mature, so we got lucky on this trade. We're going to just let that go. Nasdaq is flat. I'm actually watching Nas. I wonder if we could have. So I have negative trend on Nas. Excuse me, negative trend on Dow because the green is below the red. It's starting to come back up. I'm actually curious. I'm going to play this just for fun. We're going to sell the trend lows on the Dow on a stop entry basis, obviously. This is, oh no, the trend just went positive, so I guess I can't really do it. I was gonna try to sell underneath this move, but trend now just kind of went positive, so there's really no trade. In fact, I guess we can try and see if we can try to trade it the other way. Oh, damn, sorry, damn it. I keep hitting the wrong button. Okay, against this. So let's see if this, so trend is positive. I'm using the last reference point in the prior trend as my possible trigger entry. So now I'm in the Dow. Let's see if we can get 5 points out of the Dow. Not a, you know, I'm just creating a trade, obviously not a trade that's to spec, but I'm just, you know, Friday morning, I'm fooling around. NASDAQ really extending. Look at NASDAQ. Look at that NAS move. Dow trying to rally. This is not working, so I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna kill the Dow at 5 here. No point in putzing around. Dow does not look like it wants to go. Now I'm gonna do something highly against rules, but I'm just, you know, it's Friday, and I'm just playing around. And I'm only going to do this on my feuds, not on my CFDs. We are well overextended, right? So my view is if we're going to close below the buy reversal right over here, break the lows on a buy reversal, I should have scope for more corrective action. Like it's just, you know, it feels like, you know, we've peaked the profitability here. But if we don't take out the lows, this thing is going to extend. So I'm not participating until and unless my rules are met. I mean, the smart trade here is extension, but why, you know, this is trade 1, trade 2, trends kind of get mature. We're at 10 o'clock in the morning, which is the first profit-taking move in the NAS. Retail kind of done with its market opening orders. Do we break the lows here? You know, do we close on the lows? And can I close on the lows is the key thing. Can I get some extension after that? So just a spec trade. Let's see if it works. Nope. Didn't quite break the lows, but we'll hang. Well, they're starting to push it lower. Let's see if they can hold it here and get some profits. All right, I'm going to take 4 here. Okay, good enough. I mean, there was, you know, it stretched to 5 just a little bit. Didn't quite make it. As I said, this was a spec trade, but again, what I'm doing with you guys is essentially acting like an insurance company, right? We know the behavior of the market, especially the NASDAQ market, in the first half hour. We know the kind of usual, and you know, had I waited, if you guys waited here, you would have gotten the full 5. Yeah, not bad. Let me just, I just want to check something. Hang on a second, guys. I'm sorry. Bullshit. 10. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So, you know, it went to full 5, but you know, here's the thing. If you want to handicap that behavior, you better adhere to your rules. And so my rules always is, it's got to prove that we got the weakness. First of all, we were well above the moving averages, right? So positionally already a good place for, if you're going to take a reversal punt, to take a reversal punt there. Secondly, it's 10 o'clock. You know, we've already had exhausted our move. If it was going to show us a corrective move, it was going to be here. Boom, boom, boom. And the final thing is, don't try to milk it. The reversal, I mean, sometimes the reversal can be like 30, 40 points, right? Like you could say, okay, this is the 10 o'clock peak, and I'm just going to trade against that, and then you can try to extend it. But then you're obviously assuming much greater risk, because still, you know, the momentum is to the upside. This is just blowing off steam, and I wanted to come in and see if I could take some trade with the market makers basically on that side. So you got 3 on the NAS. Cheryl, you take that trade? That did execute on the futures. Anybody else? Jonathan? You got 3. Okay, good job. Yeah, you know, it was this small little thing, and this is why you certainly don't want to be greedy. You just want to take your clip. But the proper setup here should have been 4 points instead of 5. I should have just looked for the 4-point break. But you know, you try to do the best you can. What's going on over here on the Dow? Dow's doing nothing. German is kind of tired. German's got a nice strong trend today because we've got pretty good data out of Europe in the sense that the manufacturing sector really starting to show some rebound. So I think it's reacting nicely. I've been waiting to see for European stocks to show some relative strength, and they're finally showing some relative strength here. So like DAX against the Dow, I think it's going to be an interesting trade for the rest of the year. But the Dow is now Dow is let's play this again. Can the Dow? Oh, what's going on over here? Okay, so I'm gonna watch this because now Dow is above session highs. It needs to hold above session highs, right? It didn't quite break here. This is the candle where it breaks. We got 44, 45 seconds. Let's see if the Dow can maintain this this trade. It's got to stay. What's the session high here? It is 06, basically 7. It's got to be 7 bid. 7 bid to hold the highs. Got about 27, 26 seconds left. So it's got to be 7 bid in order for me to get long on this trade. So far, it looks like it's just tested the highs and coming right back down. So I'm not loving this trade. It's a great example where, you know, price confirms momentum, and if it's not confirming momentum, it's actually, it would have tricked you into a false trade. Okay, so not really doing it. I'm gonna see if I can position now off the high here. This is the new session high. If it takes that out, then we may have a runner. Otherwise, I'm not interested. So we'll leave the Dow up here for the time being. NAS recovers pretty quickly, right above the reference point. Now is interesting because now we can watch and see if it has enough juice to go through the reference point, or this is clearly going to be the topping, the topping for the hour. So we'll watch that carefully. And the way I kind of actually want to trade this in a very perverse reverse fashion. Let me see if I can do this. Is underneath this. So basically the idea is if it breaks the reversal sell lows, I want to be I want to be on the sell side because it's kind of clearly double topping. If it doesn't break those sell lows, then no trade at all, no entry. So let's see if this resolves to the upside, it means they're going to go to 13,400 here, which it may very well do. I mean, that's the right trade to take. I'm just putzing around Friday morning, trading against trend, something very much we don't want to do because I'm bored, and because this is a very mature move within trend. So I would love to have been able to be in this trade if this wasn't such a mature move, but I'm handicapping the extent of the trend, the time of the day, and the possibility for some profit taking. But I'm not doing any trades unless I get triggered into them. Buyer's still there. Still a buy trade. So we'll stay a little bit patient with this. We'll see if this kind of breaks the. So again, I'm positioned against this reversal sell candle sell, sort of a completely reverse view of how we normally trade, just because I'm looking to see if there's more profit taking going on here. In the meantime, let's take a look at the other pairs. What happened to my Dow? Why didn't my Dow trigger? Oh, maybe this was a volatility filter, which is just as good because the Dow looked like it just blew up on a vol filter. Okay, so that didn't trigger me on the vol. I'm putting myself above the highs again, just to see if that will continue. The NAS recovered, so you can see that's it's great. Good thing I didn't get triggered on the futures because we're still the buyers are still struggling to push it to the upside. Let's see where everybody is at this point. Still not there. Buyers. I think it's a legitimate sell in Canada. We should try this. So you can sell through the lows of that trend because I'm counting this as a reference point. So that's a second signal within structure. Dow not clearing the highs. NASDAQ looks like it's coming down. What are we doing with my futures? Looks like it might trigger my futures here. Let's see. We'll see. You know, I could have easily trapped myself into this, but at least I'm in a rational entry where it did test the lows. The buyers could still come back and just rip us up to the upside, but they've had 3 or 4 runs to the top side, haven't been able to penetrate. So, but on the other side, the sellers really haven't generated a lot of downside momentum either. So, still a battle. Which is why we try not to trade against the trend, at all. So I'm just, playing, trying to see if this works out, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like the buyers are really, really going to win this battle. That's a good example of not trading against the trend. But I'll give it. I'll stay patient here for just a second. Let's just see how this candle trades out. What do we got? 35 seconds. Wow, really tight battle. Not a lot of. We can't get any momentum one way or the other. I'm going to take myself out at 2, and it's probably going to go more, but like no, I'm fighting trend. So not a, I'm on the wrong side of I'm on the wrong side of probability, so no sense in fighting it. I was just lucky to get out with a minor bump, and I'll take that for the miserable 2, and that's it. I'm playing, guys, because it's Friday and we got no real continuation trades here. So so I just wanted to test out some ideas. But you can see how much of a sucker bet it is to pick reversals. Except like as I said, except like what time is it? 10. Once it gets to about 11:30, and trend changes to chop, that's when you have the probability a little bit better on your side. So at least you have a probability on your side here. Now, now they could run the highs. As a matter of fact, we should put ourselves, let's do on the CFD side here, put ourselves to the buy side over here to session highs. Not through all the errors, but through session highs, because I'm going to give myself a little bit of a higher barrier to jump from, because this is still essentially consolidation range, and I want to see if it clears the whole consolidation range, which, by the way, where's that on the futures? I guess the futures, we have to, I guess what I would do on the futures here is I would try to set myself up above here. Basically, the premise here of this trade is we're going to run the round numbers. So we're going to be from the 90s to the round numbers. Let's see if that plays out. Got one second left. So that kind of died out in front of this, died out in front of session highs. But again, I'm going to try to just play the session highs, because that's the only one that sort of matters in momentum. I'm going to take like 3 on this Canada trade because I'm just not even paying attention to it. but you know, fine, whatever. It's there. I still have the Dow, but the Dow hasn't really moved. Dow's been like a horrible instrument for me to trade. I think the spreads and the volatility just kind of not working. NAS coming off the highs, can't break the highs, right? Can't break the highs. And you know, maybe that's all she wrote. We'll have to see. But if it does break the highs, then we have a lot of possibility to go to the round number. Now, actually, it's interesting. You know, had you were willing to suffer lots and lots of retrace against you, and were stubborn enough to think that this reversal could work, now if we don't clear the highs over here, there's really a much higher chance that the reversal really does take us down, you know, towards the 70, 65s. Like now, after all of these things, you probably are in a better shape to sell the lows. So I guess in this case, the lows would be against this trade. This is the sell reversal trade, right? So actually, let's see. We'll just play with this on the CFD side. I can't do this. Cancel. Okay, let's see. Again, I'm just playing around because I got nothing else to do here. But let's honestly, you know, what you're seeing is that the market it's in pure equilibrium. Like both the bulls and the bears are completely balanced. So I have the CFD to the short side. I have the futures to the long side. Kind of a straddle, just for our final fun trade for the day here. Huh. Let's see. Interesting. Nope, didn't take out the lows either. See, it's a really strong battle. But it looks like the thing is, certainly the sellers keep whittling it down, right? This is the third or the fourth buy side attempt that they've rejected. So let's watch this because this could be interesting. We got 17, 18 seconds. If they can break the lows here, that would take us into the trade, and then we'll have a good idea where we're at. Let's see if this is going to trigger me into a trade here. All right, so we're in the trade. Let me actually do 16. Super close. Like I think the spreads just tap me. Well, let's see if this works. Screw it. I'm taking the 1.5. It's not pulling. Fine. Because remember, I'm still trading against trend. I'm not fooling around. All right. 2 on this. Would have traded, I think, better on the futures because the spreads weren't so wide. So it's interesting. So if we took this was, what was the entry here? This was the entry here. The close was 70 and the low here was 66. Yeah, you would have had 4 points on the futures. You didn't quite have the 4 points on the CFD because of the spread. As I said, it wasn't, you know, it was a highly speculative trade here. But what it is showing, I think, is that the sellers certainly have more control for right now. As a matter of fact, if this candle comes in and just takes out the lows, you can be pretty confident that we're going to have a downtrend developing as all of the 10 o'clock initial burst starts to give way. No, looks good. So actually, my old buy here is very, very old. I'm toying, like I'm torn between whether I want to take this trade because it's clearly, if it stays above this high, clearly confirmation of this buy trade. On the other hand, it's very, very late in the cycle, and not, I don't love taking the trades late in the cycle. On the other hand, we've had all this selling pressure and they've been able to absorb it, but so far this actually doesn't look like they can hold it. So it doesn't even matter what I'm thinking. If they can't hold this, it's clearly obvious that the buyers just don't have it. Looks like it was the last gasp of the buyers here. So I'm going to cancel this, by the way. That's no longer a viable option until price action changes. And we'll see what else is going on. But you can see how the market is starting to really fall apart a little bit, right? Yeah, I agree, Karen. There's no point in over trading, which is why I'm gonna kind of wrap up because we don't have any really legitimate setups. There's going to be plenty of setups here as the day progresses. If this thing turns negative and starts to unwind, like I think it might, like in other words, if we get profit taking Friday here coming in, there'll be more than enough downside price. This whole thing could unwind right back down to the 1300s, right? Super easily. But until and unless it dies, no point in trading it. And there's always a possibility that the buyers just kind of consolidate it. As I said, if they take out the fresh highs here, that is really a legitimate trade to the upside. Like right now, I'd be a buyer above this on my futures account if it still holds. If they start turning negative trend at this point, then you start looking for the reversal trades that we've been trying to catch all the way through here. But trying to catch the reversal trades over here, as you can see, is always a very dangerous proposition because you have all these big retraces against you, right? You really want the market to give up, and that's why you want to wait till there's trend. I mean, trading against trend is fun, but always a very dangerous and sucker's game a lot of times. So this is turning negative trend right now, right? It's interesting. This next candle, if it closes like at 69, 68, we'll have taken out the lows. It's the first candle in a downtrend, so not the candle we want to trade. But if it kind of holds that way, yes, that would confirm to us that we have a negative trend. Let me see if there's anything else going on in the others. No, it's really, really quiet, guys. There's nothing going on. The German is already done. German is kind of turning negative. German would have to be turned negative for a second reference point to get interesting. Euro, we kind of, I don't know why we missed all. I think because I was too busy trading all the other stuff. I didn't even hear the Euro audibles. But there was one audible, two audibles. I guess, it was still, this always looks much bigger than it is. Pound had some audibles here, but we just totally missed those. And Canada, we took the downside trade, and that worked. And that's fine. All right, my friends. Looks like the NAS is starting to unwind. There we go. There we go. Not really, still a little bit, but starting to unwind. Okay, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Any final questions? Anything else on your mind? Let me see if does anybody have anything. I'm gonna upload the fours so that you guys have the four tools up there that are non-expiry. Okay. Everything up there should be now non-expiry. So for a full around Friday, which is really what this was, we did okay. I mean, we took the first 10, which was legitimate in the DAX and the NAS. Then a couple of threes on the reversal side. I got clipped for 5 on the Dow, and then another 3 or 2 in CAD. So overall, it was still like around 12, 15 points. Karen, was it the Dow that flipped you out? Because I think the Dow has just really become a horrible instrument to trade on the open. It just seems to be like no continuity, very little, just sort of spikes and then one step backwards, one step forwards. And I keep saying that the problem with the Dow is that it needs like a 40 volatility trade. You got to trade it with a 40 stop to just kind of stay in the trade, which I think is just too much for not enough yield as far as trade goes. All right, so NAS is now like setting up a no, it's a first signal. I guess it's the first signal. At least on my futures, it's the first signal. Yeah, in a downtrend. So we'll see. All right, guys, watch this. As I said, if they're going to develop a downtrend, it's gonna be more than just a couple of points. It'll be worth watching. Everybody have a great day, great weekend. I will see everybody on Monday. Take care. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.